going to be sharing a reel with you today, right? So the reel is about a person who's saying, I don't know the name of the person. He's saying that a person who tops in sports cannot do well in studies. A person who tops in academics cannot top in sports. I don't. And then he goes on to say that similarly, when a person has three lives, he has professional life, his personal life, and then his family life or something. And then he says the person wants to excel in professional life, he may have to sacrifice his personal life and family life. These are the things he's saying. And so this is what he believes in, and that basically this is his point, right? I don't believe in this. I don't believe in this. I will give you answer. I'll give the answer to that. First thing is, my secret success formula, right? For winning $1 million per year. In that, how you minimize your work is also there. How to find the balance eventually. You see, first 2, 3 years, 3, 4 years, you have to work very hard. You'll have to work very hard because you have to grasp the formula. It will start working for you within, let's say, a year. You'll start to make money. But in 1 year, for one more year, you'll be making you're doing a lot of work. But then after third year, you'll start to reduce your effort. You'll start to outsource certain parts of the steps, certain steps. And then in fourth year, you'll be basically doing reasonable amount of work and making money and spending quality time with your family as well as quality time on yourself. For example, I'm making money as well as making videos. This is a little raw, I agree, but then I do spend. Some people do ask me, hey, how do you make so much money and spend time on these things? And that's because of my secret formulas. So just to talk about this at a high level strategy item, which pertains to is hiring an offshore team and maintaining it. It's a part of the formula. And to give justification, I can talk about a few things. See, Anand Ambani, do you think he is a million times richer than me, right? Do you think he works million times more than me? No. Do you think he spent time with his son in his wedding? He did. There are so many videos. Yeah, he may be spending time on business also. He may be spending only that much time with his family. Even if he spends only that much time with his family, even then, that's a lot of time. That doesn't justify him making 1 million times more money than me. The point is, he knows how to create a team, how to utilize a team. I made a video long time back saying that, the people skill is the number one skill for running a business, right? This is all pertains to that. If you know how to create a team, how to utilize the team that you have, and how to kind of create like a family kind of atmosphere with the team, they will give you time too. They will give you free time too. It's one of the things that they will do for you. You need to know how to create a team, nurture a team, utilize the team, and make your own. Yeah. So all these things is part of the formula. This is part of the formula. Now, forget formula. In general, I personally believe that this guy is absolutely bullshit. In India, I don't know. In India, how to do this right? I know that people are doing right because I'm giving examples from Ambani and Adani and all those things that are there in India. So I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people doing things right. But in America, it's very hard to do things. So I will share my formula to make your personal life a little better. Remember, I talk a lot about how a lot of work has to be done in this country, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'll talk about, I have already, many times I've talked about this. It's part of my, formula as part on my channel, that how to basically hire help. So what kind of helps you should hire, what kind of helps you should not hire, and things like that. How to spend quality time with family. That is becoming an extremely important part of my own life also. I've learned it over the last, I used to spend no time with my family before 20. I got married in 2004. I had a daughter in 2008. And then in 2012, I started to realize I'm spending very little time with my family, with my daughter especially. And it was a little late. She was already a little grown up, 4 or 5 years old. And by the time, 2015, 16 happened, I started to have idea about how to manage my time and things like that. But she was already 8. And then the point is, so I'm now I have another daughter, and I'm doing much better with my other daughter and with my wife and with my older daughter. So I'm doing really well with so I have learned this thing by making mistakes. And these are the things I share with you. But if you're not making that, so if you say, oh, I'm working in let's say, you're working in Walmart IT department and you're making good 150, 170 or maybe 200K and your wife is making 200K. That's not enough to to implement the suggestions that I'll give you, and that is not even justified. What will you do the free time? If you need the freedom if you're making $1 million a year. So it goes into a formula pretty much, right? You can afford it as well as you utilize that time to do something. So both things are like, I don't know, it's not for everybody. If a person is following my entire formula, then it will work to his success. So by the way, if you remember, I call it complete success formula. The secret shortcuts is kind of part of it, because I've started to productize that much. I cannot really productize, how you will achieve salvation and achieve, relaxation. I didn't even talk about that as part of my secret shortcut formula. But because, see, please remember, the secret shortcut to $1 million is part of my CSF. My CSF is complete success formula. And the whole idea behind CSF is you should live a fulfilling life also. You should have a very good life also. I do talk about, how to, where to vacation, how to vacation, when to vacation, things like that. That's part of the complete success formula. How to spend quality time with family, with wife, with kids, all this is part of the CSF. It's just that people did not show any interest in these things. That's why I didn't talk about it too much. I'm more about now money and my secret shortcut to $1 million. But in general, this is what I was supposed to talk to you about. That's what I want. I made a few videos about that, right? How do you spend time with yourself? What do you do yourself? That is also part of the complete success formula. So basically, I will talk more and more about these things if you guys want. But the main thing is this person and a belief that if you make money, then you have to sacrifice your personal life and your professional life, and your family life is BS, in my opinion. It's not true. Many people talk about this. Hey, you know what? You have to slog. You have to do this. You have to slog. Yes, you have to slog for a few years. Even in my secret shortcut to $1 million per year formula, I always say that for 2-3 years you have to work very hard, because to gather that skill, and you have there are reasons behind it. Once you look at the formula completely, then you'll understand. But it doesn't mean forever you have to keep working like this. That's not true. That's not right. Yeah, when I started working, I can look at my first 8 years. Remember, I said in 2012 started to figure out ways to spend time with my family. I started the company in 2003-ish. So about for 9 years, I did a lot of work. I used to work 17 hours a day and sleep for just 3-4 hours a day. 7 days a week I used to work and things like that. I realized sometime in 2015, 2016 that almost 90% of the activities that I was doing could be outsourced and were futile, or either were futile or easily outsourceable, and they should have been outsourced. So when I work with you in my secret success formula, I tell you how to outsource. From the day one, I let you outsource. I hire, the whole idea is to outsource from the day one. Otherwise, you'll die. So I've seen people even trying to violate that. They say, oh no, let me do it myself. No, don't do it myself. I will teach you what to do yourself and what not to do yourself, because some things are easily outsourceable and they become headache otherwise. So this is part of the, so chalo, talking about my formula is another thing, but the point here was this guy is BS, and the believing that to live a good financially rewarding life, you need to sacrifice a lot in terms of family and this thing. That is all bullshit. I know that there are formulas out there where I can open a car factory like Adani and still spend and work for only 30-40 hours a week and 40-50 hours a week, maybe maximum 40 hours a week or 45 hours a week, and spend quality time with my family and not bother about work, pretty much do this business like a job, and then not bother about the work, and then come back home and spend quality time with my daughter and my family. I'm pretty sure this kind of formula exists for those things which I don't know. But for things I know, to make $1 million a year, you can easily make it. You can easily do it. I know that for sure, that in my formula, you will be able to spend quality time with your family, with your daughter, with your kids, with your wife, and with your parents. You'll be able to take the time out for vacation, and you'll be able to live a pretty successful life and a very fulfilling and rewarding life.